Hello, my name is Julie Doolittle, and I'm probably the oldest person in this class. When it comes to the best interpersonal relationships, I thought of three people: my father before he passed away, my sister Chris, and my best friend Gwen. The reason that it's easy to have good interpersonal relationships with these people is because they know me and I trust them. They love me and have my best interest at heart. These are the type of characteristics that I think are important for the best relationships. When we speak about opportunities for public speaking, I've had more than my share. Some of them have been what I would probably consider successful, had good comments afterwards, and others have been total failures. When I think of the failures, a couple of things come to mind. Several years ago, my husband called to say he had forgotten something and needed me to bring it to his office. It was a hectic day and I hadn't really gotten ready for the day, but I was just going to drop it off. So I drove downtown and was going to meet someone from his staff in the garage. But when I looked at her face, she looked kind of frantic. And I realized why very quickly. My husband was in elective office at the time, and she said, "I'm sorry, they've locked them in session. And he's supposed to present an award to former First Lady Betty Ford right now. You're going to need to present this award to her." All I could think about is, why didn't I get ready today? But I knew he needed the help. And I got myself across the street some way, up on that stage. I don't remember what I said or what I did. All I can remember is looking out into that sea of 3,000 people and getting out of there as quickly as I could. When it comes to another opportunity for public speaking, I'm reminded of when my father had sponsored both my sister and myself to a group that he was part of, the International Platform Association. This association had wonderful conferences where you could hear amazing speakers from all over the world. And we enjoyed those times together, as well as listening to these amazing topics that were shared of all different types of things. But one thing that the International Platform Association had as well was called a speaker's ladder. And one year, my father suggested that I go on the speaker's ladder. What it is anyone that would like, that's a member who would like to give a timed speech on any subject can be critiqued by experts about how they do. And so I agreed to do it. I don't know why, but I did. It was a very hectic time again, and I had prepared my speech, but never gotten around to memorizing it or really having it ready for that day. But since I was going to be on the plane for several hours, I thought, okay, I'm just going to focus totally on the talk on the way. Well, the plane was delayed a few times. We got to the hotel, our room wasn't ready, and I looked at the schedule and found out that I had maybe 15 minutes to get ready to be on the speaker's ladder. We hurried into a restroom in the hotel. It was crowded. It's August in Washington, D.C. We were hot and sweaty. We had been traveling all day, tried to change my clothes, looked at my hair. It was a mess, headed across the street to get there in time, and stood in line for my turn. That turn came a little bit quicker than I had hoped. And sure enough, I get up in front of these professionals and I begin. It seems to be going fine until about halfway through, and all of a sudden my mind is blank. I've forgotten where I am, what I need to add. I can't remember a thing. So instead of completing it, I stood there with a blank stare on my face. Well, you can imagine the critique. They were very nice, but it really wasn't very good. It was a horrible experience. More recently, I was asked to introduce an evening for the Universal Peace Federation. It was National Parents' Day. It was a subject that was really important to me, and there were things that I really wanted to share about parenthood and the importance of parents for children, especially in today's society. I had prepared well, and I really felt that I had the help of my Father in heaven to share the words that I had prepared. I guess I would consider this a success because I felt comfortable and bold and strong as I shared those words, and had several comments afterwards in regard to what I had been able to share. Let me tell you just a little bit about myself. I was born in Daytona Beach, Florida, the youngest of 7 children. I have 1 sister and 5 brothers. I attended 8 schools in 8 different states before I graduated from high school. When I was in high school, I moved from Cleveland, Ohio to Provo, Utah, and that was a huge culture shock for me. I had a hard time adjusting. And I'm a mother of 2 and have 6 grandchildren. And my husband and I commuted between Northern California and Northern Virginia for work for almost 30 years. But we now settled in Aldie, Virginia, full time. Aldie is about 30 miles west of Washington, D.C. It's a beautiful place and we love it here. We also love California, but we don't love the taxes, and some of the politics are a little bit different than ours. I'm looking forward to enjoying this class together and hope that we will have a great semester. I will have to say, I don't enjoy these presentations, but hope that we can get through them together. Thanks so much.